personally would have been pissed for spending 3,000 naira on A Fall from Grace if it were to go to the cinema. But then thank you Tyler Perry for not taking it to the cinema. You know, it has to be on Netflix. What's up guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me right now. My name is Funke Oshin and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm doing a movie review. Okay, if you're surprised that I'm doing this, there's a segment on this channel called Funke Says, and that is the segment where I get to talk about everything that is worth talking about. You know, I always say it that right here I talk about everything that is worth talking about. So today guys, something that is worth talking about is Tyler Perry's A Fall from Grace.
It's your fault. You made this too easy. Women your age, low-hanging fruit.
Grace, what happened? We're outside the Holloway Correctional Facility where Grace Waters is being held.
Something isn't adding up.
Grace, where was the body?
There wasn't a body.
The trailer was good, the trailer was captivating, it was thrilling. And when I first thought that, okay, Tyler Perry is at it again, here is another movie that's going to be like acrimony, where everyone is going to be arguing, everyone is going to be on the side of this person, somebody's going to be on the side of this person. And then the fact that the storyline made us to know that there's a lady that is going through being, you know, ripped off a property of a life, like it happened to acrimony. So everyone thought this is going to be related, but no guys, this is in no way related to acrimony. So the story is about Grace Waters. She caught her husband having sex with his secretary, and then he finally got married to that secretary. So she's a divorcee, and for 6 years she has been with no man. So it got to a point that she started, after her son got married, she started feeling lonely, you know, because her son had to move out of the house. So now she's the only one in the house. So she made her intentions known to her friend. The name of her friend is Sarah. So Sarah hooked her up with an artist, a supposed artist. So at the end of the day, after getting married, she started losing her property and all that. So start with talking about the guy. I don't like the fact that he was made to look old school with the hair, with the way he was dressed. At the first scene where it was shown, I was like, why is this guy looking, where it was as if he came from 2000 and something, so let's say 2020, he came from 2020 and then moved to just 1780 or something like that. I do not in any way like how the guy was styled. The fact that he's even with a younger husband, he's a younger guy, I think his styling should be more, you know, captivating, and it should be more appealing to this generation. But no, to me, his style was like in the 80s, it was like in the 70s to me. But then talking about the fact that it was just, when it came, it was just too smooth, it was just too real. And the fact that Grace had to just fall easily like that. No matter how lonely you could be, take your time to know somebody before you fall in love with them. You know, the age apart, and the fact that because at the wedding her son's face wasn't showing some sort of approval, and for the fact that your son doesn't even like this guy, why did you take your time to just know him? Why did you have to? And it was too good to be true. Honestly, it was perfect, but it was too good to be a perfect man. So I felt Grace should have seen it coming. But then anyway, I guess Tyler Perry is trying to show us that when you're lonely and when you're desperate for a partner, you can go any length to do anything. So now guys, the fact that I see this movie as something that is just way overflogged, but I give Tyler Perry some kind of kudos. Why? Because I think he personally knows that this movie isn't worth going to the cinema. If the movie had gone to the cinema, definitely would have watched, because it's Tyler Perry and because the trailer was captivating and it's brought eyeballs and a lot of expectations for when it's coming out. So people were like waiting, when is A Fall from Grace coming out? So if it had gone to the cinema, definitely people would have gone, but they would have come out with annoyance, thinking of how they wasted their money. In Nigeria, we would have probably watched for 3,000 naira. I personally would have been pissed for spending 3,000 naira on A Fall from Grace if it were to go to the cinema. But then thank you Tyler Perry for not taking it to the cinema. You know, it has to be on Netflix. It's a kind of movie that will say that when you are, you know, bored and you've seen almost all the good movies on Netflix, A Fall from Grace is something that you can fall back to, like, okay, let me just watch A Fall from Grace. It's not something that should be on your top 3 or top 5 movies to watch on Netflix. Okay, so why am I saying this? I'm not saying that what happened to Grace is not realistic. It is realistic. What happened to Grace is very much realistic, but how it was played out is what baffles me. But anyway, the lawyer is a rookie. She has never, been at trial. She has never handled a trial. She's just a plea lawyer. Like if you are pleading guilty, she's the one to help you out. She has nothing much to do. She's just there to say yes, she pleads guilty, and then just the case is just over. Tyler Perry happened to be the boss in the movie, and I don't understand why Tyler Perry was made to look like an old man. He's a lawyer. He's an owner of a firm. Fine, he's not a rich firm owner. He's not a rich lawyer, because he kept on saying that this firm doesn't have enough money to go on trial. Yes, we know you are a charge and bail lawyer. You just take a simple case that will give you small money and just accept it. That's why he was able to accept Grace's case, because she had no money to give per se. She's gone bankrupt, so she has no money to give. Fine, we understand that that's the kind of cases he accepts in his firm. But why would you? I know lawyers to be people with high shoulders. Even though you don't have money, people are not going to see it. You brush yourself up, you wear your suit, and then you just do your thing. But it was looking not too bad per se, but I don't like the fact that it was meant to look with the hair. Anyway, but that's what I feel about Tyler Perry's character. So this particular lady, she was given the case because Tyler Perry expected her to just go and make Grace to sign a plea documents. Yeah, but then she got there and Grace started crying, and she felt like I think this woman didn't do this, and if she truly did it, I think there's a reason for her to have done this. That is for her to have killed her husband. One thing about the beginning of the movie, the movie started with the fact that a woman fell from the cliff. She jumped off a cliff and died, suicide mission. And then the next thing just led us to Grace being in prison. I love suspense, but I didn't like the fact that in just the beginning of the movie, we are made to start wondering what exactly is going on here. We are made to start thinking, why this confusion? We didn't get to know what that first scene meant until the very last, like maybe towards the end of the movie, maybe the second to the last scene, or the last scene itself, I can't remember, but very end of the movie, that was how we got to know what exactly happened to the woman that jumped off the cliff. So that beginning was just a turn off for me to start with. At the end of the day, the lawyer got to know that Grace had a reason for killing her husband, because Grace narrated her story about how she fell in love with the guy, and then at the end of the day she started losing money, and then the guy started turning against her. The guy brought a woman into their home and slept with the woman, and started doing all sort of things, started talking to her anyhow. Even when she confronted him for concerning the money, he made her to understand that the money is ours because we're married, so I can do anything with your money, even though they're going to lose their house very soon. So when the man was ranting, Grace went into a rage, and then she took a bath, and then on the man's head. She hit the man's head countless times. There are lots of loopholes in this movie that I'm going to be pointing out. First of all, Grace took off immediately after she allegedly killed her husband. I'm saying allegedly because we later got to know that he didn't die. So after she allegedly killed this man, she drove off. She called her friend Sarah and told her that she killed her husband. So we don't know how Grace ended up in the prison. Did she drive back to town? Because she drove out of town. She drove very far and went out of town. So did she drive out of town, or did she call the police herself? How did she get arrested? How did that part of she having a case, how did it get to happen? I feel Tyler Perry didn't respect we viewers enough for him to have thought of telling us the story of that particular part of how Grace got arrested. Till now, I'm still thinking about it, that how did this happen? How did she get arrested? So that's one of the loopholes that I saw in the movie. Another loophole that was there is that, okay, we know that this lawyer is a rookie. She has never done a trial. But the particular scene where she already got that, when they've already questioned Sarah said Grace called her to tell her that she killed her husband. So after that, the lawyer got demoralized. She got lost, and she didn't know what to do, and then she didn't have any further questions. When they've already ended the case, they've closed the case. Now they're waiting for a jury to pass their judgment. From nowhere, she just stood up and started saying, defense called Sarah for witness, something like that. The defense called Sarah for witness. The defense called Sarah. I can't remember the particular phrase that was used, but trying to call Sarah back on the seats, to be questioned. This defense called Sarah, and even the judge kept on telling her that I'll keep you in contempt, like you will be sent out of court into the jail if you keep on pressing on, because this case is being closed. And she kept on saying, Your Honor, the defense attorney called Sarah. I believe that even if you are a I think that one is actually something I got pissed, like, girl, what's wrong with you? I believe that one is something that I was actually overacted or exaggerated in the part of Tyler, because Tyler with the story. Yes, even if you are a student, I believe that no lawyer should do that, facing the judge like that and going in against the rules of the court just because you're passionate about this case, just because you are so sure that this woman shouldn't go to jail, so you decided to put your career on the line, and you kept on shouting the defense calls Sarah so. I feel that one is unrealistic. No lawyer should be willing to put quite alright that this woman is not going to be called back, but because you are so angry and you feel that no, this woman should not go to jail, I gotta do this. I believe that is not good enough. So that is another loophole for me in the movie A Fall from Grace. This movie is predictable, guys. It's very much predictable, because at some point I knew that Sarah she wasn't a good friend. I knew there was something wrong about Sarah, but I just couldn't point it out. I knew Sarah had something to do with the whole money that was missing, but I just couldn't bring out what exactly she's been doing, or what exactly she does that is not right. But I knew, oh my God, my instinct was telling me that this woman is not just right. She's not just a good friend like she is. When it finally happened, I was like, wow, when the truth finally came out and they got to know that. And I felt that they didn't make us feel that action of the truth coming out. So just be. I didn't feel that, oh, okay, wow, oh, that was when the truth came out. But I wasn't like, oh my God, I cried to movies a lot, and I told myself that this year I'm gonna stop. 2020, I'm gonna stop crying to movies, but then I cried to this, even with the much loopholes that were in the movie. When Grace was finally, judged guilty as being guilty as charged, I cried. That scene was so emotional for me. I felt that was, maybe that was the highlight of the movie for me. That was just where I felt like, okay, I felt into the movie. Every other thing in the movie was just there. Honestly, it wasn't the gigi like we're expecting. I personally had high expectations for this movie. I was expecting a whole lot, that yes, Tyler Perry is doing something, this has to be good, but then you can still watch if you're interested, if you want to know what exactly the story is about, or if you want to know if you're a lover of Tyler Perry. I watched it because I'm a lover of Tyler Perry and I expected a lot from Tyler Perry, so you can still watch it nonetheless. There are still some things to pick for you. Like I said, I picked that no matter how lonely you are as a woman or even as a man, take your time to pick somebody, take your time to get into any relationship with somebody. Don't out of your loneliness ruin your future. You don't know what the person is, you don't know what the person has for you. Just take your time, okay? She was too fast to have fallen in love and so even gotten married. Maybe listen to people close to you. Her son wasn't really into the union. But anyway, so that is my review or my reaction to Tyler Perry's A Fall from Grace. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel, support this channel. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about the movie A Fall from Grace, if you've seen it, or even if you haven't seen it. After this review, do you still feel like you should watch it? Do you feel like you should still Netflix and chilling and watch A Fall from Grace? I want to know. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Funke, Oshin, and I see you in my next video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I love you all.
Don't make me go back there.
Oh, darling, if you see the devil